Welcome to Badminton Unlimited, your weekly access to badminton action and beyond. This week we catch up with Malaysia's badminton legend, Soon Kit. And we're in Macau as we report on the nation's attempt to develop the sport. Ever since badminton was established in Malaysia at the start of the 20th century, it has become part of the nation's sporting traditions. Malaysian shuttlers have excelled, dominating the international game at various times, both in the individual and team events. We've come to meet one of these legendary players. Soon Kit played in 8 editions of the prestigious Thomas Cup and was part of the nation's 92 winning team. During his 15-year career, he was one of the best men's doubles players of his era, bagging silverware at a prodigious rate. But despite the great players from his country, it was a player from a neighboring nation that would inspire him.
Got very interested is during when I start watching Lim Swee King, because I admire the way he jump out and do the smashing. So that's how I got the ambition to be just like him one day.
A dominant singles player, he was considered the best in his hometown of Perak. A natural athlete, he competed for his school in the high jump, an ability he put to good use as he developed a lethal jump smash that would become his trademark. His successes were quickly noticed by the national selectors, who offered him a place at the National Training Centre at the age of 17. Part of Malaysia's Thomas Cup Project 88 to 90, a national program aimed at restoring the country's former club glories, he was persuaded to try out the doubles format.
Actually, I was recruited as a single player, but because of the project 88-90, Datuk Punch asked me to consider whether I was interested to play in the doubles, because during that time, national team have a lot of singles, good singles player, but they lack the second doubles and the third doubles, because that time they have only Razius and Jalan Sidik. So in order to win the Thomas Cup, we need to have a team. So I took his consideration and I tried it out. So the first year I already start winning some international tournament. From there, never look back.
After the retirement of Ong Beng Tiong, Chia was paired with Su Beng Kiang. It was a partnership that would go on to enjoy a lot of success in the international arena. The duo played a crucial role in Malaysia reclaiming the Thomas Cup in 1992. In arguably one of the most heart-stopping matches in the Cup's history, it was Chia and his partner who were called upon to deliver for their country. With Malaysia leading Indonesia 2-1 in the final, the then 24-year-old brought home the cup that had eluded them since 1967.
And they've done it!
Chia's winning ways continued even after he switched partners. At the 1996 Atlanta Olympics, he grabbed Malaysia's first silver at the Games with Yap Kim Hock. By the time he retired in 2000, he had amassed an array of international medals and trophies, including golds at the World Grand Prix Finals, the predecessor to the World Super Series Finals, the Asian Championships, 2 Commonwealth Games, and back-to-back Southeast Asian Games.
I think because of my age catching up, I retired in 2000. My last game was in the Sydney Olympic. It's time to move on because I want to venture into coaching. So I think after 15 years with the national team, I think that it's time for me to quit. Yeah.
It wasn't long before he was using his vast experience to good effect, as he took on the role of coach to the national women's doubles team. He helped mould a new generation of shuttlers as they grabbed golds at both the Commonwealth and SEA Games. Chia left his role in 2007 and now devotes his time to developing his business interests, but badminton is never far from his thoughts.
I see that during the Thomas Cup and the recent Commonwealth, I see Ovisa is a hard smasher, whereas Tai Mi Keong is more into setting up, you know, and he's very aggressive in the net. So I think this is a very good combination for doubles, because I see very similar to my game, and also, I mean, during that time, the Indonesian games. So I see they might have a very good potential.
Still popular in his country, Chia brought a golden period to a nation longing for success at the time. His achievements not only made his country proud, but added to the rich badminton legacy in Malaysia.
When I walk around, people still recognize me and still say that you've done a great job during your area. This is how I feel, because that what I have done during my playing career have given the public a good memories of what we do. So I think this is what I call fulfillment, which people appreciate what we have done during my time.
For Chia Soon Kit, these memories and the appreciation shown by fellow Malaysians are what motivates him to continue to contribute to the sport that his name is synonymous with. Do you know this mystery person? I was born in China. I made my international debut in 2009. I won gold in this year's 2014 Yonex All England Open. We reveal all after the break. We're in Macau when we get back as we report on the development of badminton in the island nation. Before the break, we asked you to name this person. I was born in China. I made my international debut in 2009. I won gold in this year's 2014 Yonex All England Open. The answer is Wang Shixian. The 24-year-old shuttler was born in 1990 in Suzhou, China. She's currently ranked second in the world in the women's singles. Shixian beat her compatriot, world number 1 Li Xuerui, in this year's All England final. It was her first World Super Series title of the season. Lying 65 kilometers west of Hong Kong is one of the special administrative regions belonging to China. With a population of just over 500,000 people, the island nation boasts a unique blend of Mediterranean style and Chinese culture. Known as the Vegas of the East, it's a tourist hotspot for those keen for a game of chance. Badminton Unlimited was in Macau, where this time the hot action was on the courts. We caught up with the Macau national team to learn more about their setup and the popularity of badminton in the country.
Badminton is a very popular sport in Macau. In a recent survey, 40% of Macau people said they enjoy playing badminton. So compared to other sports, badminton is ranked higher, if not the highest of all the sports in the country.
Seen as a fun social activity with health benefits by the Macanese, badminton is enjoyed by all age groups at the recreational level. And with Badminton Federation of Macau's extensive promotion of the sport in schools, it is the most popular with the young.
We heavily promote the sport in schools. Our coaches work closely with the schools in developing their training programs. This helps to raise the standard of badminton, and in turn, the schools will recommend their most talented players to attend our national training course. We have this every year, and through this we discover new talent and select players for the national team.
When Badminton Unlimited dropped in on the national team's practice session, the number of youths at training was evident. But what was also apparent was the absence of senior players.
All of our national players are juniors. We do not have any senior players. All our players in the national team are not professionals. They are all full-time students and need to attend school. As such, we are an amateur team. During periods of examinations, the players are not allowed to attend any training. They take time off training to study. This is the main difference with Macau and other national teams.
The Macau national team are facing a losing battle to keep their players. It's an age-old conflict of academics versus sport. When the Macau players reach 18, the age of university enrollment, it is the norm for them to choose their studies over a professional career in badminton. And for the rare few who have taken the next step, they usually cut short their badminton career for a corporate job.
The main reason why Macau lacks professional badminton players is because they don't see it as an attractive career prospect financially. We have had senior professional players before, but when they start competing internationally and are not successful in winning any prize money, they start to worry about their livelihood. How are they going to earn a sustainable living? And this is when they give up badminton.
The Macau national team might be an amateur side, but their commitment and dedication to the sport is second to none. The students train 6 days a week in the evenings from 7 to 10 p.m. This after they've finished school at 5 p.m.
I take my schoolwork seriously and want to excel in my studies, but I also love badminton a lot. It is important to find a balance. The key is your determination in achieving in both fields. No matter how tired I am after practice, I will find time to study.
The national team regularly participate in tournaments on the international scene. But as an amateur team, they are often seen as the unfancied side, and this has a negative effect on their mindset during competitions. When chief coach Lim Yin-seong took charge a year ago, one of his early tasks was to build confidence in the players.
In terms of skills, quality, and standard, they are at a disadvantage next to the professionals. But I counseled them and encouraged them. They might not be professionals, but they are national players, just like the others, and they should take pride in that. I've slowly seen the improvement in the players, their attitude, their fighting spirit, and of course, their performances.
開始我哋嘅球員有波型。
And that change in attitude reaped rewards at the recent Asian Games in Korea. Two of their players reached the last 16 in men's singles, and the girls reached the quarterfinals of the women's doubles.
雖然係唔係世界冠軍，
They might not be champions, but I am very proud of them. If we can educate the people on playing badminton, perhaps we can encourage them to take up the sport seriously. Our goal is to develop the Macau national team from an amateur side to a professional team.
係一個專業代表隊，而唔係業餘代表隊。
There is no doubting Macau has plenty of obstacles to overcome. But the Badminton Federation of Macau is undaunted in its efforts to realize its dream of one day matching the talent of its powerhouse neighbor. The 2014 Macau Open concluded last week for another fantastic showcase of high-level badminton. In what was the final Grand Prix Gold tournament for the year, players were keen to end off the season on a high. Finals began with the mixed doubles as Indonesia's Edi Sugbaktiar and Gloria Emmanuel Wijaja took on Singapore's Dani Bawa Krisnanta and Vanessa Nyo Yu Yin. With the head-to-heads shared between the pairs, this was set to be an intriguing contest. On this occasion, it was Sugbaktiar and Wijaja that came out top, but only just. After grabbing the first game, the Indonesians were made to go to the very end by their plucky Singaporean opponents Krisnanta and Nyo for the title. The final score read 21-15, 29-30 and 22-20. The women's doubles final saw the Chinese tandem of Oh Dongni and Yu Xiaohan taking on fellow countrywomen Huang Yaqiong and Zhong Qianxin. It was a chance for the players to make an impression, with the country's established pairs not taking part in this tournament. And it was Oh and Yu that seized the opportunity. The Bitburger Badminton Open champions sealed the match in 3 games, 19-21, 21-19, 21-7. It was India versus Korea next, as PV Sindhu lined up against Kim Hyo-min in the women's singles. Sindhu deposed of world number 91, Kim, with relative ease, defeating the Korean in 45 minutes, 21-12, 21-17. The men's final had China's Xue Song going up against Hong Kong's Vincent Wong Wing Ki. Given the strength the Chinese already have in this category, it was the perfect stage for Xue to stake his claim as the next men's singles star. And he did his chances no harm when he defeated the 6th-seeded Wong in 3 games, 16-21, 21-13, 21-19. The men's doubles final saw Indonesia's Angga Pratama and Ricky Karandasuwadi squaring off against Singapore's Dani Bawa Krisnanta and Chayat Triachat. Krisnanta, fresh from his defeat in the mixed doubles, was looking to make amends in this one with partner Triachat equally determined. In 44 minutes, the Yonex Sunrise Malaysia Grand Prix Gold winners claimed their second major title for the year, with the final score 21-19, 22-20. That concluded another fantastic edition of the 2014 Macau Open. Stay tuned in the coming weeks as we'll showcase highlights of the BWF Destination Dubai World Super Series Finals. After the break, we're back in Southeast Asia as we find out how new World Super Series title sponsor MetLife is using badminton for change. The final list has been compiled. We know who made it and who didn't. The places for the BWF Destination Dubai World Super Series finals are locked. Here are those who will be appearing in the UAE in the middle of December. Men's singles world champion Chen Long looks like the one to beat in this category. Janno Jorgensen and Hans Christian Vittinghus represent European interests, and newcomer to the top of the rankings, Kidambi Srikanth, made the final list. China have two players on the women's singles list, with Li Xuerui looking to wrap up her third consecutive World Super Series final title in Dubai. Saina Nehwal's recent performances suggest she's one to watch at the finals. Whilst Japan's rising star Akane Yamaguchi will be making her first appearance at the finals. The men's category looks very competitive, with Korea's dynamic duo of Lee Yong-tae and Yoo Yeon-seong looking to wrap up an impressive season. Defending champions Mohammad Ahsan and Hendra Setiawan make it to Dubai despite an ordinary year by their high standards. Matthias Boe and Carsten Mogensen are the only European shuttlers going to the final in this category. Japan have two pairs in the women's doubles, with Misaki Matsutomo and Ayaka Takahashi the strongest performers in the rankings. China's Tian Qing and Zhao Yunlei will be hoping to take their strong showing at the back of the season into the finals. Defending champions Christina Pedersen and Camilla Ritter-Yule also make it on the plane. In the mixed doubles, China have two pairs with Xu Chen and Ma Jin, along with Zhang Nan and Zhao Yunlei. Commonwealth winners Chris Adcock and Gabby Adcock make it to Dubai, as do Germany's Michael Fuchs and Birgit Michels. Don't forget to catch up with the latest World Super Series stories and facts on the new website, www.bwfworldsuperseries.com. Whilst the elite of badminton were battling for the final points that would help them cement their place at the upcoming BWF Destination Dubai World Super Series finals, elsewhere in Hong Kong, there were another set of players with perhaps more lofty ideals.
I've learned a lot of things actually, but I think the most important thing is cooperation and our team spirit.
I learned a lot and learn about communication with others. Before, I not really know how to communication with others.
If we don't have communication, we don't have nothing. We can't do such as teamwork, communication, leadership, and others.
We're in Hong Kong to witness the culmination of the MetLife Badminton Youth Development Program, an 8-week initiative aimed at reaching out to children in order to help them develop healthy practices and teach them skills that will hopefully empower them throughout their lives. The project is the brainchild of MetLife, a leading global health insurance company.
MetLife is involved with badminton because it's great for your health, and MetLife is all about helping people improve their health and take care of their health. And we're the second largest health insurance provider in the region, so we wanted to do something to bring that great message to the community. And the best place to start is with young children who get a chance now to play and enjoy and learn more about healthful habits, as well as life skills such as teamwork and treating each other with respect.
MetLife came on board as the title sponsor of the BWF World Super Series at the beginning of the year. And while an association with the best professional players in the world no doubt brings plenty of kudos, they have been proactive in developing their grassroots programs.
I mean, not only has MetLife come in as the title sponsor for our Super Series, but it's also engaging in community badminton, engaging in trying to spread the message about badminton, obviously also in connection with MetLife.
As well as leaning on the administrative expertise of the BWF, the initiative also partnered up with Change Foundation. The charity has over 30 years of experience in using sports to develop skills that children will need to be valuable members of society.
Yeah, well, what we do with sport is to use it to have an educational or social impact on the young people we work with. So they have all the fun and the exercise, but also we do things like teach them about independence, self-confidence, and opportunities that we can put their way to develop. So we're not necessarily about finding the next world champion. We're about using the sport as a vehicle to develop the young person.
With the help of a local club, the King and Georgie Badminton Club, they put together a series of coaching clinics. The project targeted children between the ages of 10 and 16-year-olds from underprivileged areas of Hong Kong, with the aim of introducing them to the sport whilst providing them with those all-important life skills. All students who took part in the 8 sessions were then invited to the climax of the program, held at the Tsim Tsa Tsui Community Hall. Here, they were given the opportunity to play with former stars of international badminton. For the ex-pros, it was a chance to reconnect with the reasons they originally pursued the game.
I think it's very important that, when kids are engaged in sports, that they enjoy it. Life is about enjoyment, and if you don't enjoy it, you will not stay in the sport, so obviously enjoyment is so important.
I think it's good for for us, badminton players, to give back to the badminton community. And I think this program is good because they are reaching out towards the community with those underprivileged kids as well.
It was a day of positivity, a chance to celebrate all that is good in badminton. The 8-week program not only helped ignite a passion for the game to a new generation of players, but it also demonstrated the deeper values the sport can inspire.
I think it's been amazing. I've seen some fantastic letters from some of the schools saying, what a great idea to combine educational and character building, life skills into badminton, because everyone here knows badminton, everyone wants to play it, but to combine that with education, it's just worked really well.
The MetLife Badminton Youth Development Program may have been the first of its kind, but judging by the reactions, it won't be the last. Before we go, let's find out what's happening on the international circuit in our Badminton Unlimited calendar. Next week on Badminton Unlimited, we catch up with Korea's mixed doubles pairing of Ko Sung-hyun and Kim Ha-na. And we build up towards the BWF Destination Dubai World Super Series Finals. See you next week.